A wild night here at Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium as Old Dominion comes from behind to defeat the Hampton University Pirates 45-42. Ted Alexander joined by Andy Mashaw. This was a shootout at the OK Corral.
Crazy weather, crazy game. We knew we were in for something when it started raining and the wind was blowing sideways, and hey, we got what we expected.
A scoreless first quarter, but after that, fasten your seatbelts, everybody. Let's roll it from Foreman Field at SB Ballard Stadium, where the visitors from across the pond scored first with Antoine Chisholm.
Yeah, Chisholm, we knew he was going to be dangerous running into this thing because he is their best running back, and he's fast and he's quick and he's got great moves. They used him, and they got in the end zone right away.
At this point, we're thinking it's going to be a low-scoring game and it's going to be trouble for the Monarchs, but they come back the very next drive and get a Jared Brown field goal of 42 yards.
42-yarder, and it is such a luxury to have a kicker that you know you can count on, so you don't have to drive all the way inside the 20-yard line to score points. You can depend on him to get you points from outside.
When you think all is well, back comes Hampton quarterback, the 6'4" transfer out of Syracuse, David Legree. He runs it in. He was so effective with his legs on this particular Saturday evening, and it's 14-3 Hampton.
It seemed almost impossible to tackle him. They had rushers on him all night long, and they just couldn't get to him. He gets away from pressure. He just runs it on his own. They just couldn't tackle the guy. He was so good and so accurate throwing, too.
So down 11, you think the Monarchs might start folding their tents, but no, Angus Harper start going to work.
Angus Harper. Last week it was Colby Goodwin with the big game. This time it's Angus Harper with the big game. 111 yards on 15 carries, 2 touchdowns. This one was 39 yards and looked good doing it too. Great game out of these running backs again.
Colby Goodwin also contributing. He had a 7-yard touchdown run. And suddenly, although it seemed like they might have been getting outplayed, the Monarchs had a 17-14 halftime lead.
Yep, hey, that's what happens. When you get down, you have to have confidence that you can come back. They faced the adversity before, they faced it again here tonight, and they answered. The offense sputtered a little bit, but then they came back, got it in gear, and went off.
Monarchs scored on their first possession of the second half. That was a Harper touchdown run. It's 24-14, and you're thinking all is well. But back came a very game Hampton squad with a couple of field goals and then a fumble recovery for a score. And before you knew it, with a minute 50 to go in the third quarter, it was Hampton on top.
Yeah, that third quarter was all Hampton. They got 2 field goals. They got a touchdown off a fumble recovery. And some of the field goals were aided by penalties and some bad plays. And all of a sudden, Hampton's right back on top again.
All right, then to the fourth quarter. You got to play 4 quarters for a whole one. And off special teams, it's Larry Pinkard going in for the touchdown off the recovery. And with 13:29 to go, Monarchs are back in front.
Yeah, they said Eric Saylor. Then it was changed to James Faircloth, the freshman, getting the block punt. 3 block punts in 2 weeks now for Old Dominion. 2 of them returned for touchdowns. You can't ask for better special teams than that.
The onslaught would continue back and forth. Jordan Washington, a touchdown run, gave Hampton the advantage 34-31. Thomas DeMarco goes 12 yards on a familiar run we've seen a lot in years past. This time he gave his team the lead to stay.
Yeah, it's pretty much a power O. He gets right behind his guard, who's pulling, he just follows right in behind him. He does it so many times, and he knew he was going to do it again. He gets in. It's an official Monarch game. If he scores a touchdown, it's official.
45-42 the final score. Old Dominion goes to 3-0 on the season, handing the Pirates their first loss in 3 decisions. What's your takeaway from this one as we head toward the CAA?
Well, we said they probably could use a game like this because the first 2 games didn't quite give them the competition that we were thinking they would get. So this one, again, you face some adversity. You build confidence by facing adversity and overcoming it. Now they're going to go into the CAA, which is pretty much stands for adversity in football. So it's going to be a tough road to go, but hey, it's a good game tonight and a good way to start going 3-0.
Once again, your final score, Old Dominion 45, Hampton University 42. Now it's on to the CAA. For Andy Mashaw, I'm Ted Alexander.